Yes, now everyone, welcome back to another episode of Predict on the Dolphins Ball Chat YouTube channel. And we've only got 3 rounds left of the A-League for this season before we get into the finals. And there's some pretty tense battles going on. But last week, it was a tense battle between myself and Football Manager. And I got absolutely destroyed by Football Manager. I lost the round so bad. I only got 1 point. Football Manager picked up 5 points. I got absolutely destroyed by the video game. Anyway, that brings my total up to 67, and the guess, with that Football Manager score goes up to 78. I have a lot of catching up to do in these last 3 rounds. 11 points to make up. Can I do it? I don't think so. It's going to be a hard ask for me, but it starts today when I take on. You guys loved last week so much with Football Manager. I decided to take on FIFA, its competitor, in Predicts this week. So let's see how we get on. First game that we have this week is Wellington Phoenix taking on Melbourne Victory in an early Friday night kickoff. It's a big game for both clubs. Victory's trying to stay intact with the top 2, trying to get themselves a week off in that first round of finals. And Wellington, they're going to need to start winning. They're going to have to win all of the games from here on out to have a chance of that Premier's title. Obviously, currently the Mariners have the upper hand and they've got more wins as well. So a lot for Wellington Phoenix to catch up with. And with that, and it being in New Zealand, I'm going to go for a Wellington Phoenix win, and I'm going to go for a 2-0 win for the Phoenix over Melbourne Victory. Alright, just doing the editing for this video, I have realized I've called EAFC FIFA the entire video. So that's my bad. I'm getting a bit old, still think it's called FIFA. So just a reminder for the rest of the video that I mean EAFC, but I say FIFA. Alright, so here we are on FIFA, just about to simulate the match between Wellington Phoenix and Melbourne Victory. See you on the other side when we have the correct scoreline. There we go, FIFA have this game ending in a 0-0 draw. Very feisty affair, very closed off affair. 2 goalkeepers going at it, making some good saves. But a 0-0 draw is what FIFA is going with between Wellington and Melbourne Victory. Next up, we have an absolutely cracking game. We have Adelaide taking on MacArthur in a very big game for both of these teams. MacArthur and Adelaide both fighting it out for those 3 remaining final spots. MacArthur have the advantage at the moment, but they're going to Adelaide, to Cooper Stadium, for Nestori Irankunda's last game in Adelaide. It's going to be an absolute sellout. It's going to be absolutely packed to the rafters. But do they pick up the win? I do think so. I think Adelaide pick up the win in this game. I think it's just going to be too big of an occasion for them to lose out on. I'm going to go with a 3-2 Adelaide win. Alright, here we are. FIFA is going to predict Adelaide versus MacArthur. Let's see what they get on with. Alright, so the result for Adelaide versus MacArthur is a 1-0 win to Adelaide according to FIFA. An early Stephen Mork goal gets the Reds over the line over their competitors for the top 6 spot. Next up in this week's fixtures is Western United taking on the Central Coast Mariners down at Tarneit. Second game there. There's a massive crowd there for their first game and a good result there for their first game there. Mariners, they're looking really good at the moment. Favourites for the premiership. Do I think they can hang on in this game and get the win down in Tarneit? I do. I do think the Mariners will be able to win this game, and I think they'll be able to win it quite convincingly. I'm going to go big, I'm going to go bold. I'm going for a 4-1 win for the Central Coast Mariners. Alright, here we are, Western United taking on the Central Coast Mariners. Let's see how they get on in this game. And FIFA have the Western United Mariners score, ending in a 1-1 draw. An early Matt Grimaldi goal, and then a very, very late equaliser by Ryan Edmondson gets Mariners a point and keeps them in touch with that Premier's play. Next up in this game week, we have Brisbane Roar taking on the Newcastle Jets in a massive game for the Roar. They very much have to win every game from here on out to make the finals, or even have a chance of making the finals. They've got a massive deficit to make up. But does it start in this game against the Newcastle side? Picked up a good win last week against Sydney FC. I think they do pick up the result, Brisbane. I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful for a good game regardless. I'm looking for goals. That's what I'm looking for. I'll be there. But I do think Brisbane are going to struggle without Keegan Yelich. I just think that they'll be able to provide that attacking flair at home back at Suncorp. I'm going for a 3-1 Brisbane Roar win over the Newcastle Jets. Alright, here we have it. Brisbane Roar taking on the Newcastle Jets. Let's see who comes out on top in this one. All right, so FIFA also has the Brisbane Roar winning. They have it as a 3-2 win, with Renan Piscopo and Henry Hall both picking up doubles, but the Thomas Waddingham goal separates the two sides in this one. So they've got a 3-2 win for Brisbane Roar. Next game up, we have the big one. We have the Sydney Derby being played at Allianz Stadium. RVB's back. The Cove's going to be in full force. It's going to be an almighty affair, and especially with a lot on the line in this game. Both of these teams fighting it out for those last 3 top 6 spots. So who do I think this is going to go towards? My bias is leaning to towards the Wanderers. I can't deny my bias in this one. I'm going to go for a hopeful 2-0 win for the Wanderers. I think we can pick up some scrappy, easy goals. And here we are, the start of the Sydney Derby. Let's see what team ends up on top in this massive clash. There we go. FIFA have Sydney FC winning the Sydney Derby 3-0. A massive win for Sydney FC. If this goes over the line, they will be very, very happy campers. The last game of the weekend, but not the last game of the round. We'll get onto that one in just a sec. But it's Melbourne City taking on Perth Glory. Massive game for Melbourne City after 2 disappointing results. Obviously that 0-0 draw with the Newcastle Jets, and then that loss in the derby last week against Melbourne Victory. Perth Glory, they're going to want to bounce back after losing to Adelaide United last weekend at home. They're going to want to come back. I think this game stays a stalemate. I just don't think Melbourne City will make the finals, in my opinion. I think that they drop out of this one and maybe ruin their chances of making finals. But I'm going to go with a 2-2 draw for this one. I see goals coming in this. Here we go. Let's see what FIFA has to say about this massive game for Melbourne City. Can they get over the line against Perth Glory? FIFA has this game ending very similar to mine. They've got a 1-1 draw between Melbourne City and Perth Glory. Stefan Kolokovsky getting the equaliser in the second half for Perth Glory in this one. The last game of this round and last of the catch-up games for the season, Western United taking it on Adelaide United down at Tarneit. So a double home game week for Western United and Adelaide United. They're going to have to win this one if they want to make finals. This is a massive game for them. Western United can still technically make finals, but if they do lose to the Central Coast Mariners, they are out. And I think they're going to win this one, Western United. I think they're going to basically rub out Adelaide United's chances of making finals. I think it's going to be a 2-1 win to Western United in this one. Here we go, the last game for FIFA to predict in this game week. Western United taking on Adelaide United. Hopefully, it's going to be an entertaining game. And FIFA has that Western United Adelaide game ending in a 0-0 draw. Very entertaining stalemate at that. But there we have it. There are all of this week's games over and done with, predicted. Let me know how you think I'm going to get on. Will I lose to another video game? Probably, knowing how I've gone this season. But only 2 more weeks left of predicts after this week's. Let me know your predictions down in the comments below. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I will catch you soon.